morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. Your love changes everything. There's something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. Oh, there's something about your love, something about your love changes everything in my body. Oh, something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing.
Good morning, men. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries. It is Thursday morning, and the sun is out. Sky is blue. Bit chilly today. Um, the heat may have actually gone on in my house. What a strange August. All right, let's see who's on board. I'm on board. Good morning, Rooted Men. Ken Gooch, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Uh, Good, cool morning from Rooted Men. Blessings to you all. Bert Reggie, Chris Connolly, good morning. Great to have all of you on board. We're looking at chapter 20, and I'm going to do 15 to 20. Gold there is in abundance, but lips that speak knowledge are a rarer jewel. Coming from Solomon, who had all of this wealth and he was just richly blessed. Notice the high honor he gives to knowledge, and it's a knowledge that's spoken, that resonates heart and resonates with the spirit, and so it's a rare jewel. That's why he says, sell everything you have and get wisdom. Other stuff matters if you don't have wisdom. About borrowing and lending, take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger and pledge if it's done for an outsider. Several times in the book of Proverbs addresses the attention in the whole realm of borrowing and getting into. And the idea is that you take a cloak, you take of one who has borrowed, way of a declaration that the person did borrow, this is their garment. But second, it has some value to that person, and the reminder of that they. Food gained by fraud tastes sweet, but one ends up with a mouthful of gravel. Cheating. How many people have condoned the means in order to, right? The end justifies the means. So just like imbalanced scales, just like cheats, whatever it might be, not trusting in evidence, and so taking some of those matters into our own hands and feeding the system to our favor. That gain is going to taste sweet at the beginning, but it's going to end being a mouthful of gravel. Plans are established advice. So if you wage war, obtain guidance. In Proverbs, he talks about the importance of not being isolated and not being alone, but making sure that you're getting advice, making sure that you're listening to fellow brothers. Iron sharpens iron. Ken Gooch, fellow brothers in all, that we are not guys who get together, guys who need to be together in order to be who we're supposed to be. Everything from the support system to the accountability system, that we need others to affirm that what we think might be God's will for the next step, they come alongside and see the same thing, bless the same thing, say the same thing. Verse 19, a gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid anyone much. Oh, it's always a danger when I don't know too many people that use more words than a pastor does. Talk too much is always a one that makes me reflect. But he's talking to a gossip. someone who comes across as empathetic, sympathetic, loving, and caring, but somehow that news, whatever they've learned, burns inside of them to share it with someone else, and hence the gossip train begins. Can't hold it in, can't just deal with it with your, can't just deal with it with you and that person and God. It's this, I gotta let go, this. And sometimes I think Satan even that we're doing it for the right reason, because I know this person loves that person, and so I just want them to care for them, I just want them to pray for them. The problem is the one who was trusted with that truth sees more value in sharing that truth than holding it sacred, holding it close. Verse 20, if someone curses their father or mother, darkness, honor your father and mother, right? That God creates these familial orders, right? There's order within the Trinity, there's order within society, respecting those who are in authorities, respecting those who God's, right? He uses the word cursing. It doesn't agree with your parents. It can't mean that you don't do something different than they did. It doesn't mean that critical cursing, that somehow I've gained the right to condemn you. I've gained the right to rip you to pieces. Forgetting that that person is imago Dei, created. And so God would have us speak to them the way God would speak to them. Patient, forgiving. Ken Gooch adds a thought here at the, just as sin may be sweet at first, but later its consequences bring despair. Proverbs 17 has spoken to me so many times. Yes, 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 Seth. Isn't that exactly right? Satan convinces how walking outside of God's will and doing something is going to be, we need it. We need it. But in the end, it brings, because Satan's got nothing to offer except the lie. We bite the lie and we pay the consequences for following. So men, today, let's rise up. Rise up. And I think maybe even going back to the very first verse. Gold, rubies, all the stuff that Satan's up in the kingdom of this world might look shiny. It might look like, man, it's what I need. It'll just turn hands. It is not what you need. What you need is wisdom and the ability to discern in that moment valuable and what's truly right. All right, I think I'll. All right, guys, blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone send us today.